charge of security. What's the law and order situation there, and what threats might be ongoing?
So I've been I've been around different countries. I've been to Haiti a number of times, Mexico, Nicaragua. Liberia feels very safe. The civilian population is not allowed to have weapons, so you don't see any guns anywhere. Like in Haiti, every place you go, somebody's got a gun. Every important building, hotels, somebody's guarding it with a rifle. You don't see any kind of weapons. The city of Monrovia is, like most places, I'm sure, the city is the more dangerous place because of, more outsiders are coming in that they expect to have money. Up here, I've never had any concerns at all about safety. And any of our mission teams that have gone have always said it just feels so safe on the campus and in the community we're working in. So the only thing to really be concerned about is during election periods when there's more protesting about whose candidate they have concerns about. So
are the police and the military actually the good guys there, or is there corruption?
There's definitely corruption. When I first started going, there were checkpoints that would just pop up out of nowhere that were police basically trying to get some money. I literally had a guy say on a Friday that, the weekend's coming, so I need some money. And so, I've tried not to do any of the bribes at the checkpoints like that, and it's really kind of declined quite a bit since early on. But there's a number of corrupt areas for sure in the system. But overall, I haven't really had any safety concerns. Yeah. I mean, we have guards for sure, because everything on the campus is, you're talking about one of the top 10 poorest countries in the world. So someone who's poor is going to do what they want, to try to serve their family. And so if stealing is part of it, to get some, in some ways you can understand, but we have guards 24/7 on the campus. Yeah.
How do staff pay? Are they salaried or teachers?
Yeah, they are salaried, and one of the benefits for them at the school is that they're paid every month on time and better than in the community, the government schools. Somebody in the government school as a teacher will make about $50 or $60 a month, and they'll go 3 or 4 months without getting paid. So that's a real struggle. So we ended up getting quality teachers, the pick of the best, because they know that if they come and work with us, they'll get benefits.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions?
And how is the food? Is that all native food, or do you have your strong?
When I go over, I bring and make my own food. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not, number one, I don't enjoy the food. Second, you can't be sure of how it's being prepared if someone else is going to prepare it for me.
Yeah.
So I've had many issues in the past of
things that bother you don't bother them. I mean, they're used to their own cuisine
Right.
and their own food. So
Right.
it's that way in a lot of countries.
Right.
Are you able to drink the water from when
So
you want to go there occasionally?
Because we have the chlorination system through our wells, I drink the water out of the tap at our guest house.
We happen to have taken a trip to South Africa.
Yeah.
And one of our tour guides said, our water is drinkable, but it still has stuff that you're not used to.
Right.
So don't drink it.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't drink the water anywhere unless it's gone through some kind of purification. Yeah.
Because that's always a big issue. I mean,
No, you can't.
even here, it used to be years ago, if you go to Mexico, you don't drink
Sure.
any of their water. And
Yeah.
you'll get Montezuma's revenge.
Oh
type
yeah,
thing.
that's for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And they have plans to keep increasing grades as the kids
Correct.
move up.
Yeah, the goal is all the way through 12th grade. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, you said you had a 14 or an 18-year-old in 4th grade, so
18-year-old and 19-year-old. He's just
So
turning 18.
some of these students are much older than what they would normally be in arts.
Yeah, that's typical throughout Liberia. You'll have.
But they would start school because they want to learn.
Yeah. I know of a couple of young adults. They were 27 when they graduated high school. Yeah.
Well, even, I'm sorry, we are from California, and a lot of Vietnamese came over
Sure.
during that time period. The little kids started school right where they're age appropriate. But some of the teenagers, they held them back a grade or two
Sure.
to put them on the level until they caught up with
Right.
English and everything else.
Yeah, so we're actually having a little bit of that problem now, is that because we've been carrying this core group up through each year, and then we introduce preschool kids and keep carrying those up, some of the people in the community have tried to transfer their students in to like the 4th grade from another school, but we've had issues because they're so far behind our students, just in the literacy part of it, forget about math and everything else, that it's slowing the entire class down. So now we've got the decision of, do we just keep it to the core kids that come in from the bottom up and not take outside kids, you know, so it's...
Or you'd almost have to put them down a grade or two, but
Right.
they might not want to do that.
Right.
Well, we're having some of that with immigration issues here with kids not being able to do.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you have like 127.
134, yeah.
Are those all students from your community right there? Are there students who come from further away?
There are some kids that come from the city of Gbarnga, which is about a 45-minute walk if they're going to walk, but some of them take, they get a motorbike or something, that's what they use for taxis and motorbikes.
So is it?
Most
do
of
you
them-
live on campus too?
No, we
Okay.
don't have boarding, no.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, most of them are from the direct community. They walk in from the different parts of the village.
Would you ever have a boarding school, do you think?
That's really complex.
Yeah, that's a can of worms you don't
Yeah, I think we'll work our way up through the 12 and see how that goes, yeah. Anything
But
else?
this helps those people, should they move out of the area and to move on to better themselves because of what you're doing?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you have, for example, some of the women in the village will take their crops into the Gbarnga city to sell certain days of the week or market times in Gbarnga and other villages, so they'll go place to place. And some of the basic business skills, because they don't know math very well, they can't read, they have a hard time really knowing if they're earning enough, making a profit. So there's a woman, Annie, that would come around selling banana bread every day. And I said, Annie, how much do you earn in a day? And she said something like 700 Liberian dollars. And I said, well, how much does it cost to make the banana bread? You got to get the bananas, the sugar, and she's only making really about 100 Liberian dollars, which is about 75 cents for the whole day of walking around trying to sell this. And then I talked to other people who every day they're selling something, they're actually losing money every day because they have cash in their hand, so they think they're earning, but they're losing every day. So it's, you know, that's where education is really going to make a big difference. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you.